Thanks very much. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Well, a recent survey suggests that the average British male loses his virginity at 17, gets married at 28, and has sex 1.5 times a week. Oh, and one other thing, when he does have it, it lasts all of 10 minutes. Remind you of anyone you know? Are we really such lousy lovers? That, with tongue-in-cheek, is what we're asking this morning. Esther, are we really such lousy lovers?
You've been doing some important research into this.
Yes?
You touch your glasses to take assume the role of an academic.
Well,
you're writing a book about it,
all this stuff about Italians and Brits and so on. Do you realise that in the times of Roman Britain, the Italian ladies, those who could afford it, used to ship themselves to this country to be serviced by the Saxons?
Is that true?
Yeah.
Well, what was the particular attraction? Was it the money?
No, they were wild natives. They were known as Inculae Priapii.
Really? We didn't learn on this program.
And they didn't have to speak at all.
No.
They didn't speak the same language, but the Roman women would come, often risking their lives across the wilds of northern Europe, to be serviced by the Saxon men.
So what's changed? I mean, why is it now that British women go to Italy to have the same thing happen to them?
And you're talking about the fear of sex, which I think is probably very significant throughout the ages, because in ancient Greece, you know the story of the Minotaur in the labyrinth, this half man, half bull, was often depicted like that, but occasionally was depicted as a large four-legged breast. And this was something that men were frightened of. Yeah. So the fear of sex or fear of breasts or whatever actually goes back all the way more than 2,000 years.
This is getting very profound.
What do you make of that?
I don't know.
Does that fit in with your theory about fear?
I suppose it does. That's what it's one.
Because, and it's to do with brains as well, because Athene was the goddess of wisdom, and she was supposed to be so wise because she had a second brain in her breast.
Yeah.
So that there was a sense of she was
lost the plot.
Nina's lost the
and she was a virgin. As a goddess, she was a virgin.
Well, there we are.
And that was men are frightened of women with brains.
So there you are. It goes back to the days when not when Adam was alive, but not long after. We're going to go to the break. I don't know what you made of all that, but you've got something important to say, I'm sure.
I think
with a sense of humour. I've been talking earlier to a man called Thurston Lowe. You're Thurston, yes?
That's right.
Yeah. You know, you're very familiar.
Well, I've got a sort of. You're going to blow my cover. Now, this is to do with my book,
You tell me you're called Thurston Lowe. Are you really called Thurston Lowe?
Well, no, I'm not. I'm actually called Peter Davis, but I'm right. Now, this is to do with a book that I'm bringing out next year, and I was asked by my publishers not to come on with my real name in case I blew the cover for the book.
Yeah, I see, because we thought you were someone entirely different. Someone's been whispering in my ear throughout the second half of this show that this guy isn't who he claims he is.
Well, I'm not, I spoke about this with your
Christopher
researchers.
Morris? Does that ring a bell?
No.
No, okay, well, there we are.
I did talk about this with your researchers.
No, it doesn't matter.
No, hang on, I was supposed to... Listen, this is a disgrace.
It's not, I'm not ashamed. What's the disgrace?
It's a disgrace that you've actually come out and said, because I'm not meant to be on this programme ahead of the year of publication of my book.
Okay, well, it's perfectly explainable then.
Is this what you do on these cheap shows?
No, come on, my friend.
You're around with your
come on, my friend.
Tap people on the shoulder.
Listen. You have made a very lively and amusing contribution to the show. I'm very grateful.
Thank you very much indeed. Why is it not white anymore?
I have not. Thank you very much indeed. Right, Sid. Last word on children. Please do me the courtesy of being quiet. What reaction have you had from family and